Welcome to my brand new show. You are now with Helena Ellis. We got so much to talk about. We are going to talk. First of all, I'm going to answer all your questions because a lot of you guys have written into me and messaged me. And I'm going to answer some of your questions right now. Let's do this. What should we call this segment? I need to call it something. Maybe like, Dear Helena. Dear Helena. Yes, that's what we're calling this section. All right, let's do this. Dear Helena. Someone asked me, how do you not allow fear to dictate your life? Fuck fear. Fear is imagined. Fear is not real. You're literally creating situations out of nothing. Number one, never care what anyone thinks about you. Other people's opinions of you have nothing to do with you. Other people's opinions of you is not your business. So when you eliminate thinking of other people and going, oh, like, what is this person thinking of me? What is this person going to say if I do this, if I do that? I feel like so many people get caught up with getting scared of what their friends are going to think, getting embarrassed of what their friends are going to think if they do something, if they start a new business, if they start posting content, whatever it may be. I feel like a lot of people are trapped in that mentality of what's going on around, you know, and that puts them in this trapped state of mind. So rise above that. Let go of that mentality of people, and also trust God. Know that no matter what happens in your life, God has you. No matter what happens in your life, God has you. You have made it this far. You've made it to this very point in your life by yourself with God's grace. And look at all the bullshit you've been through. Look at all the days that you thought you wouldn't make it through. And look where you are right now. You made it. You did it. And just like you overcame the bullshit in the past, you're going to overcome whatever else is coming your way. There is no fear. Kick fear out the window. Where there is fear, there is no love. Love always outweighs fear. So replace that fear with love. You got this. Okay, we got another question. Weaponized incompetency. How do you deal with this when your partner is doing this? What the fuck? What is a man doing weaponizing the things that you are incompetent in? Is he perfect? I would tell this guy, listen, when you're perfect, you come back and tell me. When you are 100% the most perfect man on planet Earth, come back and talk to me. You know what's incompetent? The numbers in your bank account. That's what's incompetent. So get out there and go to work and don't worry about what the fuck I'm doing. If you don't like it, go find better. You know, don't ever allow a man the opportunity to sit there and put you down and see the things that make you incompetent. Why is this man not sitting there telling you all the good things about you, all the things he loves about you? That's what a man should be doing. He should be filling you with joy, with love, making you feel like you're his woman, not telling you all your insecurities. What the hell is that? Fuck no. Tell him to go find better, honey. Go. You know what? If you're sitting there picking at me, that means you're not working hard enough as a man. That means you're lacking. That means you're insecure as a man, because only insecure losers have the time to sit there and pick at another woman and try and bring her down and bring up all her flaws and her insecurities. Fuck off. Okay, next question. Ooh. Oh, so glad you're back. Missed your show. Thank you, my loves. How do you know that you've raised your girls right? I look at my daughter and I see that she loves God. That's a really big thing for me, instilling God in my child's life, because without God, we have nothing. God, if something happens to me one day, knock on wood, and she's got her father as well. But if something happens, God forbid, then she has God. And instilling God is your moral compass in life. God is that one thing that keeps you going through all the good, through all the bad, the ups, the downs, the ins, the outs. God is the one who will guide you through everything. It makes the dark days so much easier when you know that the dark times are guided by God. The dark times are there because God needs to make it happen for you to change paths. That's what I've realized, especially, I'm going off track now, but that's what I've realized recently in my life. I could have looked at so many things that happened in my life recently because I've gone through a hell of a last few months. I can't even tell you what I've gone through in these last few months. But I'm looking at these last few months as the biggest blessings from God because they exposed people, they showed me people's true colors, and they set me on a path of where I am right now. They set me on the path of where I'm meant to be. The people who wronged me put me on the right path. That's why we can't get upset when people do us wrong. They could do the most heinous, horrible things to us, but that had to have happened for God to rip you out of that situation and put you on the right path, because God knows your heart. He knows you wouldn't have let go of those people. So he had to make something so heinous and so horrible happen between you and another person to make that relationship end, to make that friendship end, so you can go to your next level of life. Because those people weren't meant to come with you, baby. Those people are not meant to come with you. And you may want that boyfriend to come with you. You may think that friend was meant to come with you, but they were not. And God had to make the most horrible things happen for you to break free and move to your next level of life. So trust the friendships that are ending. Trust the relationships that are ending. Trust that God knows exactly what he's doing at every point in your life. In life, the bad things that happen to us are actually the bigger blessings. The good things are great as well, but I'm telling you, the silver lining, the bigger blessings are in the hardship or in the bullshit. And just as long as you get up, you learn from what happened and you fall forward. If you're going to fall in life, go forward, not backwards. Fall forward. Always make sure that when you go into a brand new chapter in your life, do not take the past with you. Do not take past hurt, past betrayal, past resentment, any residual feelings of negativity that you have towards other people. Do not take those feelings into your new chapter of your life. You need to cleanse yourself, because that is an energy, and that energy will carry into your new life and into your new chapter and manifest in other ways. And it'll come up as bad luck, as negative things, stuck energy, stagnant energy. No, you need to clear yourself of all negative energy from anyone. Forgiveness. I'm telling you, forgiveness is the only way that you can let go of hurt and move on from everything and anyone. People, I can't even tell you the things that people have done to me. If I start talking, which I'm not, because I'm not here to put anyone in my life on blast or anyone from my past on blast. I'm not here to do that. People know what they've done, and that's all that matters to me. My heart learned how to forgive people. My heart has learned how to forgive people. And for me, forgiveness is the only key to life. And forgiveness is for yourself. It's something that's going to make you hurt in the long run. And that poison shows up as sickness. I've seen so many women sick in hospital beds from their anger, from their hurt that other people have caused them. I'm not going to make myself sick over you for being a loser. I forgive you. I release you. I leave you to God, and I move on with my life. Yeah, you hurt me, but at the end of the day, we're all going to answer to God, right? We're all going to answer to God. So you can run, but you can't hide. All right, I went completely off trail with that one. So let's go back to the questions. Yeah, so how do you know that you have raised your girls right? Number one, you've put God in her heart. And you see her following God, praying to God. That to me is the biggest thing. Number two, I see that they're a great friend. I see that they're a great person. I remember the first time I realized that my daughter has a good heart, because obviously everyone by default, you love your child, but I'll never forget, my daughter was in year 2, I think. She was really young. She's 17 now, but she was really young. And she got an award for helping a child at school in the playground. This kid fell over and hurt herself, and she got a compassionate award, a humanitarian award for being there for this girl. She wasn't even her friend. She wasn't even in the same year as her, whatever. And she was there for this girl, and she helped her, and she took her to the school sick bay and helped her and blah, blah, blah. She didn't have to. Out of all the kids in the playground, my daughter stopped and I was like, wow, how sweet. Like normal kids are just going to run past someone, but my daughter stopped and fully helped this young girl and she was only in year 2. And also more recently in high school, she was friends with the outcast, the girl that everybody bullied, the girl that everybody didn't like. They bullied her because of how she looked. They bullied her because of her race and her nationality. My daughter was friends with her. And my daughter went to war for this girl. She didn't join in with all the other bullies, which is the easiest thing to do in this day and age, is to go on that side and you know, what everyone's doing. And I thought, you know what? Not only did that show me that she's independent in her thought, she doesn't go with the crowd. You know what I mean? She doesn't go with, oh, everyone's teasing that girl, I'm going to tease her too. No, she went and became friends with that girl and fought back to the bullies and was like, fuck you all. This is my friend. And she was having all these problems in school. And I realized the problems that she was having in school was because she was defending this poor girl that was getting bullied. And I thought, wow, like that shows me strength. That shows me resilience. That shows me she has a mind of her own. That shows me that she sees injustice in the world and she stands up for it. And that to me is the most beautiful thing. And hardworking, you know, extremely hardworking. She went by herself. She applied for her own jobs. She always goes to her shifts. She works hard. She's just seeing these qualities, you know, and of course how much she loves my mother and my family and my grandmother. Just these little things you see and just you go, I raised you right. I raised you right. And you know what? Kids don't learn from you scolding them. Kids don't learn by you saying, do this, do that. No, kids watch you. Kids watch you. You're the example that you're setting for your child, your life. And the things you say, that's what they're listening to. That's what they're watching. Because the other day she started driving. And the other day I'm a bit of an angry driver. And she was driving and she was just like pissed off to someone as she was driving. And I'm like, oh my God, that's me. I did that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Anyway, yes, that's how I know. What's the difference between protecting your peace and avoiding accountability? If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're emotionally feeling overwhelmed and you can feel yourself about to explode, that's when you say, you know what? I want to have this conversation with you, but I'm not going to right now because I'm about to explode. I'm not mentally in a good headspace and I'm about to lose my shit. And that's how you protect your peace, to avoid things from escalating. And then say, you know what, later on, let's have this conversation. And then you can take accountability for whatever it is and have that conversation. But I feel like a lot of partners do this. They protect their peace and avoid. Yeah, actually, that's a really, really great question. What's the difference between, here's a really great question. What's the difference between protecting your peace and avoiding accountability? Because the two are very, very similar. Because how many times are you in a relationship with someone and you pull them up on something, you know, say for example, you say to your boyfriend, I saw you like another girl's photo. And what does he do? He ghosts, he disappears. He doesn't want to talk about it. Is he protecting his peace and stopping from things escalating into a fight, or is he avoiding accountability? Honestly, it is a case-by-case scenario. But you need to look at things on a whole. In general, do they avoid accountability? Is it in their character? Because I feel like that's a character trait, avoiding accountability. Because there's people who admit that they fucked up and say, you know what, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. I've had boyfriends in the past where I've seen them like other girls' photos and I'm like, you know how that makes me feel? I don't like that. No girl wants to see their man double tapping another girl's photo, half naked in the bikini. Like, come on, nobody wants that. No one wants to see that shit. But they've gone, you know what? I'm so sorry. I wasn't even thinking. I was just scrolling and double tapping and they haven't done it again. But avoiding accountability is just going, nah, see you later. I'm not dealing with this. I'm not dealing with this. I'm not putting up with this. But protecting your peace, I feel like when you're in a relationship, Protecting your peace is when you see the other person coming for you when you know you haven't done anything wrong. When you know you haven't done anything wrong and you see the other person coming for you, picking at you, that's when you should protect your peace. That's when you go, nah, I'm not dealing with this shit. See you later. What's something heartbreak taught you that happiness never could? That when you're down and out, you really see who's by your side. Because when you're happy, everyone wants to be your friend. Everyone's joining in for the fun. Everyone's like, hey, you're my new best friend. Let's go out. It's all good times. It's all party, la, 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 having a laugh, this and that. But when you're heartbroken, when you're down, when you're in that bed for days crying over someone, crying over something that happened, and you don't want to talk to anyone, and you're just covering the blankets over your head and you don't want to talk to the world, that is when you see the true people in your life and your true friends. Stars, true friends are like stars. They shine when it's dark. And that for me, especially for me, that's one of my biggest realizations because of the work that I do. I'm constantly around parties, people, everything's fun. I meet so many friends, so many da-da-da. And then it's in your darkest times. Who's there next to my side when I'm in bed crying? Who's there by my side when I'm in court? Who's by my side when my ex has done the most horrible things in the world to me and I'm on the floor crying? Like, they're the moments that you see your true friends and your true people. Someone said how to find love in your 40s when you think you've missed the boat. Honey, get on that boat and go to Mykonos. You have not missed the boat at all. You can find love in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. I saw a lady in her 80s get married the other day on TikTok. In their 80s, they were walking down the aisle in their little walking frames. Do not think for a second you've missed the boat. In your 40s, you're still peak life. You're midlife. Why would you think it's over? Enjoy yourself. Have fun. Enjoy the best years of your life. I was cheated. Okay, a girl said I was cheated on and I find it extremely hard to date and trust anyone again. Am I weird? You're not weird. You're still hurt. But don't let the past person block you from trusting again. Because not everybody is the same. Not everybody is that person that hurt you. And you just got to let it go. Let it go. Like, do that inner work to go, you know what? That person was damaged. That person had because cheating is ultimately, what's cheating? It's having a fragile ego. It is having a broken ego. That's what cheating is. Like, it's in the insecurity. So realizing that not everyone is insecure. Not everyone is that man that hurt you. The biggest mistake you can do is think that the person that is new is going to do what the past person did to you. You need to allow a brand new person to show you who they are. Somebody asked, why do you think female friendship breakups are harder to heal than romantic ones? You know what? I have only had one true female breakup. I've had all my other friends, I've had them since I was a kid. And I think it hurts more, honestly, because your female friends know you more than your partner at times. Because there are some things, like, let's be honest, there are some things you can't share with your male partner. Really, there's not. Your female friend, you tell her everything. She's your confidant. She's the person you confide in and open up to. She knows your deepest, darkest secrets. She knows, there was that period where you don't judge each other. You listen, but you don't judge, and you tell each other all the secrets and the things that you did late at night and what you got up to and what you did with him and what he did and what this. You tell each other everything. Everything. Because guys, let's face it, there's a lot of things that you can't tell guys. Like, I've learned men are not all men, but a lot of men are very emotionally limited. Okay? There's only so much that they can take. Us women, we take. We can talk all day long. Oh my God, this happened. We call our friend. That's what female friends are for. Men you can't do that with. You can't have an emotional breakdown with, because a lot of them they'll break down with you. They're strong men, but a lot of men you can't do that with. Having said that, I think that's why it hurts, because this girl, your friend, knew you and knows things about you that no one else knows. And it hurts. It hurts when they turn on you. It hurts when, you thought you could trust them. You thought that they were like your sister, and they turn around and they betrayed you. So that really hurts. After you've been in a toxic relationship, you need to reclaim yourself. You need to reclaim all those parts of your life that person took from you. Your confidence, your personality, maybe your finances, maybe your career, maybe your friendships with people. You need to go back into your life and into yourself and reclaim those parts of yourself. Maybe you put on weight with that person, whatever it may be. Go back and focus on yourself. Put all that energy, that power back into yourself. Be the best version of you that you can be, because the other person, honey, the other person wasn't meant for you. Someone who is meant for you is not going to make you feel like shit every day. They're not going to put you down. They're not going to make you feel insecure. They're not going to sit there and throw stabs at you. And what's crazy to me, something that I've recently seen and learned, is that people who I thought had everything, what I mean by everything is beautiful family, beautiful house, career, businesses. You think money is coming in, da, da, da. You think, wow, like this person is living the life. And then they envy you. They envy you, where you feel like you don't have what they have. You feel like materialistically they have more than you. And then like it made me realize it's got nothing to do with money and materialism. It's what's in here. See, money can only buy them a certain amount of things, but it can't buy them what's inside here. It can't buy your soul. It can't buy your charisma. It can't buy your energy. It can't buy the things that you think, the things that you feel, the way that you are, the way that people love you. It can't buy a personality. And that's when you start to go, wow, 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 wow. I never thought people would be jealous of me. I never thought people would be jealous of me, because I'm not jealous of them. When you're not a jealous person, you don't see how people are jealous of you. And you just think, oh my God, what, you're jealous of me? I look up to you. That's the craziest thing. When you look up to people, when you admire people, and then you find out they're jealous of you and they do all these horrible things to you, you're like, what the fuck? Like, what? When did that happen? Nah, honey, no. Sorry, not happening. God is everywhere. You decide whether you want to be close to him or not. Because I hear so many people all the time say, where's God? God's not real. Where's God in my life? God is there, honey. God has never left your side. God knew you before you were born. God knows the number of hairs on your head. He is just waiting for you to turn to him. That's why we pray, because we pray to ask the Holy Spirit to come into us. We pray to ask God to work in our lives. God doesn't work in our lives unless we ask him to and unless we invite him to. So if you're wondering where God is, have you spoken to him? Have you asked him to come into your life and start working? The day everything changed for me, the day my whole life changed, is when I found God. At my lowest and at my darkest, I had lost somebody that was the world to me. I lost that person and I was in bed. I went into depression. I looking back now, I was 100% in depression. And I didn't realize it. I didn't care about my work. I had shows booked. I canceled them. I was on the radio. I canceled everything in my life. I did not care. I just wanted to stay in bed and cry every single day. And that's what I did. And the days turned into weeks and the weeks turned into months. And I was in a dark place. And that's when I started reading the Bible. And that's when I truly started finding God. And that's when I started giving my life to God and saying, God, I leave everything to you. I am so broken and I am so hurt and I am so down that I do not have that strength in me. I do not have that supernatural strength to keep going. only you can help me to keep going. And that's exactly what happened. I invited God into my life. I started reading the Bible. I started praying more. I started fasting. I started repenting. And I started leaving all my problems into God's hands. And when I tell you, my life has changed for the better. When I tell you, even when the worst things happen to me, because still life, all because you brought God into your life, all because God's there, doesn't mean shit's not going to happen. Shit is still going to happen. But it's the way you navigate through the bullshit. Because when you got God by your side, you understand that everything is God's plan. Even the bullshit is God's plan. And when it happens, you might get upset, like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. But you keep it moving because you realize even the bullshit is God's plan. So you get up and you keep going. You got God on your side, you got the Holy Spirit in you, and you keep going. Because when God is in you, there is nothing that you cannot do in this world. This world, Jesus has overcome this world. So if you have his words and him as your savior and your Lord, you got this, baby. You got all of this. You got nothing to worry about, honey. I found that the hottest girls have the worst love life. The hottest girls have the worst love life. All my girls that are hot, that have the best personalities, they are damsels in distress. Like, what the fuck is going on? Is it guys? Guys, why do you get like that? When you see a beautiful girl, why do you need to destroy her life? Why? That's what I want to know. Oh, talking about that, I saw this guy the other day on TikTok basically saying, if women are the bad ones, if women are the crazy ones in marriages and divorces, then why are we then allowing the women to raise the children? You're sitting there calling your ex-wife crazy, 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 but you're letting her raise your kids. She's not so crazy, is she? Of course not. Yeah, exactly. See, there's this whole stigma around men calling their exes crazy. Blah, blah, blah. She's this, she's that, she did this, she did that. No. If you have a child with a lady and you are running that lady down, you are a horrible human. You really are. Like, to run down the mother of your child, doesn't matter what happened between you guys, to sit there putting her down to other people, you're a shit human. You really are. Like, and using the child and weaponizing the child and calling her crazy. Be mature. Be like, you know what? Things didn't work out between me and my ex-wife, but let's just focus on the child. And at the end of the day, the child is going to love both the mother and the father. You cannot brainwash a child. You can for a little bit, but the child will grow up and see the truth, and then they will start to resent the parent who brainwashed them. Okay, so it's not going to happen. If you're a man who's sitting there talking shit about your baby mama, you're a trash human. You really are. Go sort your shit out. Go see a therapist. To the men, I would like to say, if you would rather hurt your girl's feelings and protect the feelings of another girl, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. For example, you ask your boyfriend to unfollow a girl on social media. It hurts you. You say, you know what? I don't like that. Who is this girl? What are these bikini photos? What is all that? You don't like it, okay? Women, we don't like it. We don't want to see that shit. We don't want to see our men following other random girls. Oh, you tell him, that's my friend. That's my friend. That's my friend. Like, you're making such a big deal out of nothing. Blah, 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 blah. He would rather, in that moment, he would rather protect that girl's feelings and not upset a girl over you. He doesn't mind if you're upset. He doesn't care if you're upset. That doesn't bother him. But it bothers him to upset a girl he hardly even knows, probably. Think about that. If a man, a real man would say, you know what, babe? I don't care who this is. There you go. Blocked. There you go, babe. You know what? For a matter of fact, I'm blocking all these girls. There you go. Gone. Because a real man is going to protect your feelings. He's not going to want to lose you. He's not going to give you the opportunity to lose you. Okay? And I want to ask you this question. What do you think about men who you're going on dates with? You've dated them. You've been seeing each other for a few months, this and that. But he refuses to add you on social media. He won't do it. He's active on socials. You see him following other people on socials, and you've brought it up. You've said to him, you know what, why haven't you added me on socials? He's like, it's not a big deal. I don't want to come across like a fan. What does that mean? I want to know from you, because to me, I don't know. Seems like you're hiding someone else, you know? Wouldn't you want to be a fan of somebody that you're following, that you love, that you like, that you're getting to know? Wouldn't you want to comment under their posts and be like, yes, babe, like you're killing it, love this, blah, 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 blah? You'd think so, right? Tell me your thoughts, because people are in two minds. I've had people say, you know what, social media doesn't matter. And I've had people say, this motherfucker's hiding something. Tell me your thoughts. There's a trap that I see so many women fall into, and it's thinking that the more that you do for a guy, he's going to fall in love with you. That is like the complete opposite. That is the complete opposite. It's actually the more a man does for you, that's how he falls in love with you, because he grows attachments and bonds with you through the art and the service of doing, because men are the doers, men are the providers. So when you tap into their masculine traits of being the provider, that's what makes him attached to you, okay? If you're sitting there doing everything for a guy, he's going to end up using you. He's going to literally use you. I see so many girls doing the most for men. And you know what these men end up doing? Resenting them and then leaving them and then finding a brand new woman. I've seen women sit there spending years of their life building businesses for men, making these men into men, giving them money, giving them finances, setting them up financially, thinking they're going to live this successful, happy life. And what happens? The man turns around and cheats. The man turns around and leaves her and finds a whole new caliber of women that this newfound success that his girl has helped him with, he now takes that and uses it for himself. And he's like, bye, I don't need you anymore. In fact, he starts resenting the woman that helps him because it makes him feel lesser of a man. You know what I mean? So ladies, do nothing for a man. Do nothing. The fact that you're bearing his children is enough. You're bearing his child. You're bringing life into this world. Do you know how big that is? That alone, raising his children. What, he wants you to help him as well on top and sort out his life and sort out his finances? No. We are the bearers. We are the mothers. Men are the doers, okay? Don't get it confused or twisted. Otherwise, you're going to end up heartbroken. That's what's happening. I feel like in this generation, in this day and age, we are forgetting our roles. We're forgetting what each gender is meant to do. You know, I saw a woman the other day propose to a man. What the fuck are you doing? Why are you proposing to a man? You're getting down on one knee and proposing to a man. Are you normal? Are you normal? Why the fuck would I get down on one knee and propose to a man? When a man should be doing that for me. A man should be worshiping me, giving me everything, because a smart man knows that the right woman next to him can make him or break him. A man knows that if he treats a woman right, it will elevate his whole life to the next level. Men need to know that about women. Men need to know if you find the right woman that's smart and you treat her well, she will take your life to the next level, because her love, her energy, her intuition, she foresees everything before it happens in your life. When a woman is attached to you, she can see exactly what's going on in your life. She knows, okay, you know what? You want to do good in life? Here's some advice. Boom, 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 boom. Not doing for him. There's a difference. There's a difference. Don't do for him. Don't do things for him. You can advise him, because God speaks through us, and a good woman who's connected to God will see things for her partner. And a man will lean into that energy. He won't be like, no, I'm not listening to a woman, blah, blah, blah. No, he will lean into that energy. And they say behind every good man, behind every successful man is a woman. And they say that for a reason.